The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with Tom Viney. He's from Panel Swim Shop. And we wrap up the Panel Swim and Diver. And, boy, you've got a great one in the studio with us.
Oh, I tell you what, she's just done spectacular things, just like all these athletes have
Exactly.
done.
Our team of the week is Chris O'Brien. He's from Frankfort High School. He happens to be the lieutenant governor's wife, and he had a fine basketball season this year.
I'd say that entire family's done well.
They've had a great year,
Absolutely.
haven't they? A very good year for the O'Brien family. And also from our scholar athletes are from Berea High School. Coach Swords is in. He's got 3 outstanding student athletes, and that's why we started this show. We wanted to highlight the student athletes who do great things in class and on the football fields, gridirons, and so forth.
Absolutely.
Basketball courts.
3 great students, no different than what we've had every single segment.
And we've got another Sutherland Chevrolet drive of the week as we head down to Nicholasville, Kentucky to Sutherland Chevrolet. We appreciate their poor sponsorship on this show. And then in our Panel Swim Shop, our diver and swimmer, who do we have today?
Van McKinley, 2-time state champion, repeat state champion from Henry Clay. As a diver, she does an amazing job. Had another great meet at state.
I happen to know a judge up close and personal,
Yes,
know her
you
very
do.
well, and she said that Van stood out from everybody when she judged that competition.
Well, it's hard to win once. It's really hard to repeat. So we're going to talk to her about that.
We're looking forward to that. Rob Ullery's in. You know what it is this month? It's UK Sports Medicine Athletic Training Month, the whole month of March. So we want to highlight those young ladies and men.
You know why? Because they keep us in the game.
They do. We're in the game because of those folks. Even us weekend warriors who don't need to be in the game. We're still in the game. And also we got the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. These highlights brought to you by Game Time with Lee Kay and Brian Milam. They're brought to you by Prep Spin.
Girls 11th Region Championship tonight in Richmond.
Scott County coming into this game, winners of 20 of their last 21 games. Franklin County, well, they've won 11 of 12. These two did not meet during the regular season. Third quarter, though, here's Malia Williams. She is so good. Goes inside. The lead is 31-30. The Region Player of the Year had 15 points and 17 rebounds. Brooklyn Miles with a blow-by on the other end. The approval of Joey Thacker there. Miles again, unstoppable. 20 points, 6 assists for Miles. And here's one of those dimes. Lincoln Hamlin, the three-pointer. Flyers up by 10. But the Cards, they would come back. Morgan to 4. Off the glass for 3 to cut it to 3 with less than 30 seconds to play. Yeah, get up! Miles makes her free throws down the stretch, though. And Franklin County reclaims the 11th region crown. 57-53, avenging its 1-point loss to Scott County in last year's region semifinals.
Nothing bothered me, even the 2 state championship losses, like losing here last year to them. It haunted me. It haunted these kids. We talked about it. I would text them a picture of that scoreboard every 15 minutes for the last 2 days. Hats off to Steve and them. I just told the 4, I mean, what a competitor, you know, but we're back.
He sent us at least 4 times a day a video of them celebrating last year and them winning region. So it definitely motivated us, and a big billboard that said Scott County Sweet 16.
Welcome back in. We want to thank Roberts Insurance. They're out in Richmond, Kentucky on Main Street. They've been in business for over 40 years, Bob Roberts Insurance. And with us, the Frankfort Panthers, Coach O'Brien's in. Thank you guys for joining us on the show. We really appreciate this week. I know it's a busy week for everybody this week.
Thanks for having us. We're honored.
Coach, you were on quite a run. You won 12 out of 15 games. I saw you guys play in the All-A. You made a deep run in that All-A tournament all the way to the finals, to the championship game. So that's a pretty deep run. So we congratulate you.
Thank you.
What turned it around this year for the Panthers?
At that point, we were on a 9-game losing streak, actually, and the coaches and I sat down with several of the players, and we really tried to refocus really what their roles were on the team, and several of them rededicated themselves to that. To their credit, these guys especially, they never stopped listening, they never stopped working hard, and they really did buy into that team atmosphere. And we had a total change of mindset. It wasn't so much strategy as it was, instead of being, playing for themselves, they started playing for each other. And that really just changed the whole thing for us.
So what you're telling us is they all are coachable.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Coach, who'd you bring with us?
I brought our starting center, Jackson Twombly.
And he's 6'6".
Yes, he is, 6'6". Chaz Austin, senior Chaz Austin, our leading scorer this year, and then my son, Will O'Brien.
Yep. How you doing, Jackson?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm great. Describe your game to us in basketball, and what your strong points are in basketball.
I feel like my strong point is most definitely my offensive skill, because I'm bigger than most people, so I can post you up, but I can also shoot the mid-range jump shot and sometimes even the three-point shot. So.
Yeah, I saw him hit a couple threes, Coach. Yeah.
Chaz, you're a leading scorer and you're an energy guy. Did your run in the All-A rejuvenate the Panthers?
Yeah, I'd say it rejuvenated us, because a lot of people didn't believe that we could make it as far as we could, so when we did that, we had more respect from everybody in the crowd and stuff. So.
And Will, you like to take charges there at Frankfort High School, don't you? And charges aren't easy to take. Take it from me, a point guard. I didn't like getting hit by those big guys, but sometimes you had to take it. What feels better for you, hitting a three-pointer because you're good at that too, or taking those charges?
Taking charges. I love taking charges, especially because it gets a foul for the other player and we get the ball back. Plus, then we also get a chance to hit another three, which I love to do. So.
Gets a double whammy there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Coach, you opened with Scott County in regionals. Tell us about that.
Obviously, they're a really solid team. They're well coached. Tim Glenn's done a phenomenal job. Obviously, he's replacing a legend down there in Scott County. And we know how athletic they are and how good they can be. And so, for us, the challenge really was trying to limit them offensively, and that's a huge challenge for anybody defensively. So, we know we had our hands full going into that game.
Yep. Well, Coach, you had a tremendous season. I know next year you got this big fella back, so you can. But these two guys are seniors, but you got a good nucleus to work with.
We
next
do.
Year.
We have 3 or 4 guys that have started at some point this year coming back, and then we have some younger kids that we hope will step up and fill in.
Well, we don't want you to leave the Scholastic Ball Report empty-handed. There's some Mingy beef jerky.
Thank you, I appreciate
Mingy beef jerky. Want you to have that. And thank you, guys. Thanks for coming in on a difficult week, because it's a long week for everybody. And you had a good season this year, and I know you reflect back. You were very successful, and we thank you for that.
Thank you so much for having us.
That's the Frankfort Panthers. We'll come back on the Scholastic Ball Report with more athletes and scholar athletes. Welcome back into our most popular segment here on the Scholastic Ball Report, because it highlights young men and young women doing great things in the classroom. In this case, it's from Berea High School. Well, good evening. Welcome to the show, guys. We appreciate you guys coming in, Coach. You guys have had a tremendous season. You won 22 games there at Berea, and that's a school record, at least right up there with the top record.
Yeah, that tied our school record this year, so that was a big accomplishment for us.
Let's start with Nick. You have a 4.0, so congratulations for that.
Thank you.
That's pretty remarkable that you have a 4.0. You play on a basketball team that won 22 games. We already talked about that, so you tied a record for that. This must feel pretty good for you walking around the halls there at Berea, or walking around Berea.
Yeah, it's definitely a good feeling whenever you can take pride in your abilities on the court as a team and in the classroom. So it's definitely something to be proud of.
Yeah, you should be proud of it.
Timmy, you maintain a 3.4 GPA and you also excel on the basketball court. How do you manage your time to reach this success?
I kind of push myself to stay more organized than most of the kids. I don't really miss a lot of school days, so I'm there in class participating and getting all the full things that are going on.
Jalen, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Good. You keep a 3.2 in class. That's outstanding, because it's not easy with all the other outside noise and activities you have. Talk to us about that.
Well, I guess it starts with I'm the president of the junior class, so I have to plan prom, do things to like organize our whole class, and I work a part-time job, and I just.
Do you sell tickets, and do you drive the school bus? Do you do popcorn? I mean, you do everything out there, Berea. It sounds like you're doing it all out there.
Coach Swords, can you sum up a little bit about the season and each of these players?
Well, like Gary mentioned, we had 22 wins that tied a school record. We made it to the region tournament for the first time in 14 years. So both of those was huge accomplishments for us. Jalen Dorsey averaged 17 points a game, I think around 7 rebounds. Timmy Thompson was our leading defender. Whoever the best guard was on the other team, that's, he was kind of our Energizer bunny that would get after him a little bit. And Nick here, he tore his meniscus again, so he came back last year from a torn ACL and meniscus, and he was off to a great start. He's one of our better shooters, but about midway through the year, he tore his ACL. But all great kids to coach, and going to miss Timmy, but we'll have the other two back.
Nick, what will you study beyond high school? You have a 4.0, so you can pretty much study anything you want to. And will you try to play college basketball?
Well, I've definitely had some injuries, so it's more of like what my body would let me do. But if the option was there, of course it would be nice.
Right.
As far as studies go, I love anything in the math field. I like public speaking. There's a lot of stuff I like, so.
Yeah.
Timmy and Jalen, tell us a little about each of your future plans.
Well, going on to graduate, I don't really know what I want to do yet. I'm still just haven't looked into it. I've got some options to look at for football. I'm still waiting until the end of baseball season to make any final decisions.
And I plan on going into like a computer science business field, trying to figure out what I can do there.
Well, every week on this show, Ryan Tyson presents a beautiful plaque to all you Scholar out. Pass that down to make sure all your teammates get one there. Take that over to Crown Trophy. They're over there off of New Circle Road, right behind Starbucks on Nicholasville Road. And he'll personalize those for you, put your name and school on there. But congratulations for the great season. 22 wins. That ties the school record. So let's get that out there. And for the great grades you guys keep up there. And good luck with that prom, by the way. That's going to be a big deal there. Those are the Berea Scholar athletes. And now we're going to the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
A regional championship Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. Franklin County and Scott County in the 11th Region Championship game. Brooklyn Miles, simply sensational. 20 points, 6 assists, including that blow-by to give the Flyers the 11th Region Championship, 57-53 over Scott County. Congratulations to Brooklyn Miles. That is the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
We're back on the Scholastic Ball Report, our panel swim shop, swimming and diving. And, boy, you've got a young lady that's going to wrap up your swimming and diving segment that is pretty darn good.
Absolutely. The old adage, you say, save the best for last.
Yeah.
Well, it really came true this year with Van.
Yes.
So let's kind of talk about first just the overall season. So, Daniel, tell us a little bit about how the season went this year.
This was it was a great season overall for us. This is the first time in the last 20 years that the men, women, and as a combined team, we all were runner-up in the region. Finished 7th at state. And again, losing a state champ is going to suck, but we've got a really great group of kids coming back next year. So
that's great. Yeah, that's good. Noah, so tell us a little bit about what makes Van special and how she's been able to really accomplish these great accomplishments these last 2 years.
I mean, Van is just a fighter. Like, she's a great diver, she's a great person, she's great in the classroom, so everything is just like, it all ties together. So coming in this year as her final year as a senior to repeat state champion is just like everyone's dream, and we were hoping for that for her, and so we didn't want to pressure her, put too much, like, just strain on the thing. We were just trying to train her and get her mind right so that when it came time to perform, she would be at that level. And then just watching her at stage, she didn't miss a dive. She won by over 40 points.
Wow.
Like, it's miraculous to see her
What
talent
Noah's
level.
telling, she's a competitor.
So I'm not going to say it was because of me,
that's what he's
but
telling
it was just,
us.
she's just
absolutely.
amazing. Yeah.
So, Van, now winning a state title is hard in the first place. You've done it back-to-back years, which is even harder. Tell us a little bit about what was going through your mind this year.
I tried to block out all the comments about like, oh, are you going to win it again? Are you going to win it again? I tried to just focus on one thing at a time and try to do one dive at a time, one practice at a time, and just worry about what I had coming up next and try to block out everything else about the pressure about trying to win it again. So.
She did a great job of doing that. And,
Absolutely.
Back-to-back state titles in diving. So congratulations for that. And you coaches, I'm sure you'll be back next year because you coach like 20 diving teams in the area. So we know you'll be back. So that's our final segment for Panel Swim Shop, swimmer and diver, and it happens to be a state champion from Henry Clay High School. And we'll be back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report, including our UK Sports Medicine segment. Back with our UK Sports Medicine Orthopedic Surgery segment. With us, Rob Ullery, Lauren Lanzer. And Rob, this month, the whole month of March, is National Athletic Training Month. That's a big month for you guys.
Yeah, it is. And it's 1 month out of the year that we allow people to thank us for everything we do.
Thank you.
As athletic trainers, we like to sit in the background. We don't like to be out in the front of things. And we use the month of March to really describe what we do and who we are and our education level. So it's a great opportunity for athletic trainers throughout the nation to do that.
And I know that you're approachable because I approached you about, 18 years ago at Tates Creek High School, and we really started the concept of the Scholastic Ball Report.
Right, and the big thing that you'll find with athletic trainers, the biggest trait that they have that's the most successful athletic trainers, and Lauren can attest to this as well, is that communication is by far the key.
Right.
And being able to communicate to parents and to students and coaches and those sorts of things. So if you can't communicate, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about the Comeback Athlete Scholarship y'all?
Sure. So next week we're going to announce on this show our 2 Comeback Athlete of the Year award winners. 2 great winners. They'll be recognized, one at the Girls Sweet 16 and one at the Boys Sweet 16. So they will be here on the show. So it'll be an exciting show to have next week, and it'll be a lot of fun.
And Lauren, she just got a job, and I think she's moving from the Lexington area.
Yeah.
I am. I will be moving to Columbus, Ohio, come July.
How does a Notre Dame grad end up in Columbus, Ohio, the home of the Buckeyes?
I didn't graduate from Notre Dame, but I'm definitely a Fighting Irish fan.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So Lauren is one of our graduate students. She's been working at Tates Creek High School and Tates Creek Middle School the last couple years, and Southern Middle School. So it's always a great opportunity to see these young athletic trainers grow up and get their first real job and everything. So it's an exciting time for Lauren.
Yeah, it really is. And let's put up the website for UK Sports Medicine. It is Athletic Training Month, so you might want to give them a call or just say thank you for the job done there at UK Sports Medicine, or email them or whatever. There's a website. Thank you, Rob, and for everything you do.
Thank you.
And now the final highlights brought to you by Preps Pen.
Clark County has won the 10th region title the last 3 years in a row. Cards entering the region semis, having won 7 of 8.
Yeah, Bishop Brossard has won the region's top RPI and record of 24-5. One of those losses, though, was to Clark County back in January. Rematch tonight at Campbell County Middle School for a trip to the 10th region title game. The Redbirds doing a great job late, spreading the floor. Crisp passing leads to Shelby Wilson getting the easy 2 right there, 36-24 Clark. How about Trya Flowers with another assist there? Brianna Byers cutting down the lane, 38-27 Cards. Bishop Brossard got it as close as 3 points, but Clark County doing some serious damage in the paint. That's Wilson again. Clark County advances to the 10th region finals, 47-44 the final there.
Can't all be pretty. Bottom line is we had, more points than they did, and we're advancing. They're a tough team. Our girls, I'm proud of our girls. We just grinded out tough, hard-nosed plays. We went cold there in the third quarter, but kept relying on our defense, kept getting stops, kept getting rebounds. They threw a haymaker at us. They hit us with some big shots and, stayed us a little bit, but we kept fighting.
Welcome back into the wrap of the show, and with us Nate O'Brien, Jaden Smith from Berea. You're from Frankfort. Boy, you guys are going to have a good team next year. Why don't you tell us about your season next year?
Yeah, we have Jackson Twombly, myself, Charlie Ellis, and Jordan Bly, who all at one point started, and we will have a 5th spot open for a younger classman to fill that role.
All right, and Jaden, you guys won 22 games this year. You're going to build on that next year?
Yes, sir. We're hoping to get more next year, but it's just crazy to win 22 this year, if I was being honest.
As always on the Scholastic Ball Report, for those you see and you don't see,
Keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.